Hello, learners. I am Parikshit, and welcome to this very exciting session on the Unacademy YouTube channel. In today's session, we are going to discuss some really amazing past year XAT decision making questions. Remember, decision making is one section which is highly scoring. Some of you might not be very good in quants, some of you might not be good in verbal. And the point is, with just a few weeks remaining, you might not be able to become a super expert in these two sections of the XAT. But decision making, a few weeks of practice, a few weeks of smart and hard work in this section, and you can easily score a 99 plus percentile in the XAT. That's the best part of this section. Very scoring, 98, 99 percentile, very easy to score, provided you put in the effort in the next few weeks. Yes? Today's session agenda will be to take up some of the best case studies, okay, on decision making that has come up in the last few years in XAT and discuss all these case studies in detail. Okay, we are going to take it up one by one. And remember, in decision making, most important is to understand how to eliminate answer options. That's what I'm going to teach you here. Answers are not important. What is important is the thought process, how you actually think, okay, and how you eliminate options. Remember, elimination is the key here. How do you eliminate answer options? Okay, chalo, let's get started with this very exciting session on decision making. Okay, let me remind you, all questions that we have are from past year XAT papers and XAT mock papers. Let's take up the first one. Mrs. Bishwas was to retire in 1 year. Okay, I think probably I'll use a highlighter that will make it easy for us to read. Okay. Mrs. Bishwas was to retire in 1 year after serving in the construction department of the Gujarat government for more than 30 years. After retirement, she wanted to spend her retired life along with Mr. Bishwas, a retired school teacher in a small town in Kerala. So we are talking about two characters here, Mr. and Mrs. Bishwas. They are originally from Kerala and they want to settle down in Kerala after their retirement. They had two children, both studying in Bangalore. The Bishwas wished to construct a house in Kerala with their life savings. So, what do they want to do? They want to construct a house in their home state of Kerala with their life savings. The couple gathered information about owning a house in Kerala. Okay, they had four options. Option one, buy a fully furnished house from a big developer and furnish it. So remember, what are the options? They want to build their own house, so they're talking about the options. Option one, buy a fully furnished house from a big developer and furnish it. Option two, buy a semi-furnished house from a big developer and furnish it. So option one is a fully furnished house. Option two is a semi-furnished house. Option three, get a local unregistered contractor to construct a house and furnish it. Option 4, Mr. Bishwas, with the inputs from the family, could supervise the construction of a house back in Kerala by employing the best materials, engineers, masons, and laborers. So I think I understand the story. The story is all about a couple. They want to settle down in Kerala. They want to build their own house and they have got four options. That's the story in gist, right? Okay, let's look at the answer options. What is the question that's being asked, right? What's the question that's being asked? First question. Which option would ensure the best control of quality of construction for the Bishwas? So the important word here is best control of quality. So what do you want to ensure? You want to ensure two things. Number one, control, and number two, quality. That's what the question is asking you. Control plus quality. Okay. I see people marking the answer option. Some of you are saying option is D. Okay. We will check. What's the correct answer? We will check. Okay. Let's think about it. What is the question asking you? The thought process is important. Control plus quality. Okay, now you need to check which of these options would give you control and quality. Option 1, buy a fully furnished house from a big developer and furnished it. Now think about it. A big developer, let's talk about, let's say the Ambanis. Let's say the Ambanis are into construction business, and if you employ the Ambanis, good part, quality is taken care of. What about quality? Quality is taken care of. What about control? Remember, you want control yourself, best control. So you want to control it yourself. Quality is taken care of. Control yourself, probably not. The Ambanis will construct the house for you, but you would not have too much of option, right, to probably customize it. Hence, option A does not ensure control is ruled out. Option B. Second option. What is the second option? Semi-furnished house from a big developer. Again, the same reason. A big developer. Let's say the Ambanis. Quality? Yes, definitely. The Ambanis will provide you the best quality material. Control? Probably the control would not be in your hand. Option B is also eliminated. Option C. What is option C? Get a local unregistered contractor to construct the house. Local unregistered and furnish it. Now think about it. When you talk about an unregistered contractor, probably someone, okay, who is a local contractor. Problem is, quality would be taken care of. Definitely, you can tell him do this, don't do that. Probably paint my house in red color, put this particular brick, put this particular paint. Everything is in control. Perfect. What about quality? Probably a local unregistered contractor is definitely not the best guy when it comes to quality. You are not sure about his quality. Hence, option C also cannot be your answer. Fourth option. The fourth option. What is the fourth option? Mr. Bishwas, with inputs from the family, could supervise the construction of a house back in Kerala by employing the best material, engineers, masons, and laborers. Now think about it. This option gives you both. Does it give you quality? Absolutely, it gives you quality. It gives you quality. How do you know? It gives you quality because they are saying you employ the best material, engineers, masons, and laborers. Hence, it provides the best quality. What about control? Definitely, the control too is in your hands. Why? Because you yourself will supervise the construction. Quality, construction, both taken care of. Awesome. Answer is option. Why E cannot be your answer? E is saying any of the options. Remember, as a manager, you will never say that कुछ भी करो चलेगा. ऐसा मत बोलना कभी. As a manager, remember what is the section? It's all about managerial decision making, right? So as a manager, you got to make specific decisions. You can never say that कुछ भी करो चलेगा. That will never be an answer in any of the questions in your XAT decision making. So answer is option 4. So big broad rules in XAT decision making. Remember, as a manager, whatever objective is defined, every question will define an objective. You got to ensure that the objectives are met. Can any unethical answer be your answer? Never ever. Any answer which is unethical can never be your answer in the XAT. Remember that as well. Okay? Any doubt in this? I am looking at YouTube comments. If you have a doubt, feel free to ask. Any doubt? Clear? Let's go to the next one. Okay. Number 2. I'll wait for a few seconds and probably ask you to mark your answers in YouTube. Tell me in the comment section. What answer do you think? I'll just wait for a few seconds. Waiting for a few seconds. I want to see some comments on YouTube. Tell me what answer you think. I'll take 30 seconds and then I discuss the solution. If you feel that you have the answer, just type it in the comment section. What answer do you think is correct for this? I give you some time because that will let you think. Anything which you feel is correct? I'm looking at YouTube comments. Okay, let's do it together then. Question 2. Which of the following additional information, if true, would improve the chances of the third option being preferred. Third option being preferred. What is the third option? So people are saying, I see some of you are marking option B. Some of you are saying option B. Okay, we are going to check. I don't know what's the answer. We will check. I'm not going to give you the correct answer till we discuss. So think about it. What is the question? You want the third option. What is the third option? The third option is local unregistered contractor. You want to select him. Local unregistered contractor. So let's make a note of it. What do you want? You want an unregistered contractor to be selected. Unregistered contractor, right? That guy you want to select versus whom? You got to select him over whom? Over a big developer. Option 1 talks about a big developer. Option 2 also talks about a big developer. And option 4 talks about personal supervisor. Personal supervisor. Personal supervisor. Right? Supervision. Correct? So think about it. They are saying you want the unregistered contractor to be selected over what? Over a big developer and over a personal supervision. Now, before you look at the options, think about it. Before you look about it, think about it. You know what? You would want the answer to give you some advantage of an unregistered contractor over the remaining two. Or that could be one way of the answer. Or the other way could be some option which talks about the disadvantages of the remaining two, and you will say that unregistered is the best, right? So even before I look at the answer, I have it in my mind what I need to look for. Two things. A, answer could be in two ways. A, something will talks about the advantages of unregistered, then that could be an answer. Or it could be something which talks about the disadvantages of big developers and personal supervision. That could be an answer. Let's look at it. Option A. Based on current information, third is the best. We already saw that third is not the best because third does not ensure quality. A is not the answer. B. Among local property holders, the contractor in the third option enjoys a good reputation. Now look at this word. They are saying he enjoys a good reputation. Now, if I tell you an unregistered contractor enjoys a good reputation, does it give you an upper hand over, let's say, a big developer? Remember, option was all about big developers. Let's say the Ambanis. Ambanis, do they enjoy a good reputation? The big developers like Ambanis? Absolutely. The Ambanis already enjoy a good reputation. So if I tell you an unregistered contractor also enjoys a good reputation, the problem is you are only bringing them at par with the big developers. You are not ensuring that they are above the big developers. Remember, any big developer, they enjoy a good reputation. So if you bring a local developer at par with the big developers, that does not mean that they are better than a big developer. Option B only makes it equal to the big developers. Not my answer. Many of you have marked option B. That's not the answer. Third one. Big developers are less open to changes in design. Wow, this is a good point. Remember my pre-thinking. What was my pre-thinking? Something that talks about the disadvantages of a big developer or a personal supervisor can be my answer. C might be an answer. I will hold on. I don't know. D. Mr. Bishwas cannot stay back alone to supervise the construction. So point D may, what is it saying? Personal supervision, why it cannot happen. They are saying he cannot stay back alone. Fine, you stay back with your wife. Mr. Bishwas can stay back with his wife, right? So if Mr. Bishwas stay back with his wife, point D is negated, and in no ways will it matter for point C. Remember, point C is all about unregistered. So if someone says Mr. Bishwas cannot stay back alone, then I will say fine, let Mr. Bishwas stay back with his wife. So D also cannot be an answer. What about E? The Bishwas want to select the furniture on their own. Fine, go ahead, select your own furniture. What's the big deal? We are talking about the house being constructed. If Mr. Bishwas wants to select your own furniture, then he could have gone for point number 2 as well. Why? Point number 2 clearly says, buy a semi-furnished house from a big developer and furnish it. Furnish it matlab buy your own furniture. So if I say Mr. Bishwas can select his own furniture, he can go for option 2 as well. Or point number E does not make option 3 the best. The only option which make option 3 the best is point number C. Why? Because it says big developers are less open to changes. That means point 1 and 2 are ruled out. Point 1 and 2 are ruled out, and point 3 is better compared to two other points, and hence you will go with option C. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Any doubt in this? I'm taking my time to explain. As I said, answer is not important. The way we think, the way I will make you think, that's important in this class. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Tell me. Any doubt in this? Anyone with a doubt? Can I go to the third one? Yes? Chalo. Let's target the third one. These are all past year XAT questions. Okay. I'll give you a minute. I will give you a minute. Give it a try. I'll give you a minute. Give it a try and tell me the answer for this. This is option D. Okay. Option D. Yeah. I'll give you a minute. Please tell me the answer for this. The paragraph is the same. You only need to read the blue part. You only need to read the blue part. Tell me once you get the answer, please. Tell me once you get the answer, please. I'm waiting. I'm looking at the comments. Any answer? A, B, C, D, E. Remember, there are 5 options in the XAT. XAT has got 5 options. Which do you think among these 5 is the correct one? These are all past year XAT questions. Shall we do it together? Anyone who is getting the answers would want to give it a try for question number 3? No? Let's do it together. Let's do it together. The Kerala government recently announced a policy in case of major quality infringement means poor quality. Quality infringement means poor quality. So in case of poor quality, the builder will pay a penalty of 50% of the price of the house in addition to the price of the house to the client within a year of notice. So in case the builder provides poor quality, he is going to pay a heavy fine. That's what the question is all about. So government has introduced a rule. So in case the builder gives you poor material, not good quality, he is liable to pay a fine. So I see people marking option B, people marking option D. Okay, we will check. Rank in ascending order of the options that would ensure control of quality. Ascending order. What is the meaning of ascending order? Can you tell me? What is the meaning of ascending order? Smallest to the largest, right? That's what the layman meaning is. But in this case, ascending order would mean is least appropriate to most appropriate. That's the order that you need to determine, right? So among the answer options 1, 2, 3, 4, among the 4 options that you have, whatever is least appropriate will come first. Whatever will most appropriate will come last. Matlab least appropriate on the right hand side, most appropriate on the least appropriate on the left hand side. So basically whatever is least appropriate will come on the left hand side, whatever will most appropriate will come on the right hand side. I see a lot of answers. People are marking D. People are marking A. Okay, we are going to check. Now think about it. What is the policy? Okay, remember this is not a verbal class. It's not a VRC class. You feel there is a reasoning behind everything. At the end of the day, these are managerial decisions you got to make. What is the policy? The policy is all about government introducing a fine on builders in case of poor quality. Now, which builders will the government be able to impose a fine? The government will be able to impose a fine if and only the builder is registered. Will you agree? Think about it. If the builder is not registered, will the government be able to impose a fine? No. Then the government will ask you only, why did you take an unregistered builder? The government will only and only be able to impose a fine if you do the work legally. And when I say legally, you employ a builder who is registered. Will you agree? So this new policy, what is the new policy? The safeguard that you have got. What is the safeguard? The safeguard is you getting money back from the builders in case of poor quality will only and only be applicable if the builder is a registered one. That simply means you should under no circumstances employ unregistered builders. You should not employ unregistered builders. So the option number 3 is definitely the least appropriate. Option 3. So which option starts with 3? Which option starts with 3? Only option C starts with 3, and that's your answer to this brilliant question. Did you get it? Did you get it? Remaining, you don't even have to see. Right? But you know what? Option C will definitely be the least appropriate because this law, which safeguards you, which provides you extra money and compensate you in case of poor quality, will not be applicable if you employ an unregistered contractor. And hence, answer is option C. I say someone is saying, can you repeat it again? Okay, think about it. Modi ji has come out with a policy. What is the policy? That in case your house is not constructed with good materials, the builder will compensate you. But think about it. If Modi ji comes up with that law, should you not build a house with a legal guy, with a legal builder? Why? If the builder himself is not legal, then that law which Modi ji has come out with will not be applicable to him. Why? He's an unregistered guy. So someone who is not registered with the government, he is not even a builder. So how will the law be applicable to him? In this case, same reason. There is an amazing law. What is an amazing law? You will be compensated. Someone will pay you money in case of poor quality. But for you to claim that money, you need to get your things right. What is your thing? You need to employ the correct human beings. What are the correct human beings? Someone who is registered with the government, right? So that would mean under no circumstances would you employ an unregistered contractor. So who is the least, which is the least appropriate option? Option C. Only one option starts with option C or 3, and that is this option. Hence, that's the answer. Are we clear on this? Any doubt in this? Any doubt that you have and wish to ask? Are we clear? Right? So none of you are getting it correct. Remember, decision making easy hai, but have a reason behind everything. Have a reason behind every choice that you make. Okay? Chalo. Let's target the next one. Let's target the next one. Number 4. I'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes to try this. 2 minutes to try this before we start solving it together. 2 minutes. Give it a try. और उसके बाद एक साथ करेंगे. पहले तो ट्राई करो 2 मिनट. उसके बाद एक साथ ट्राई करेंगे इसको. पहले रीड करो, ट्राई करो, type your answer in the comments, and then we do it together. These are all past year XAT questions. These are all past year XAT decision making questions. Give it a try. You get the answer, you please type the answer. You get the answer, type the answer, okay? All past year XAT questions. Easy ones, not difficult. Apply logic. Please apply logic. This is not a test of your VRC going on. No one is asking you for vocabulary. No one is asking you for reading comprehension out here. They want you to use your analytical managerial skills to make decisions, logical decisions. Yeah, I'm waiting. 2 minutes, all yours. Give me an answer. Getting the answers? Anyone who wants to type the answer before we start solving? Okay, let's read it together now. Let's read it together now. Okay, please concentrate. My turn. Okay, let me use the marker so that it becomes easy to read. Okay, okay. A university coach was asked to select teams in three sports. Okay, I see someone marking option C as the answer. We will check. We will check. I'm just reading out the comments from YouTube. Some of you are saying C. We will check. Let's read it. A university coach was asked to select teams in three sports: shooting, cricket, batsmen only, and snakes and leather. So there are three games. The honest and keen observer head boy of the school informed the coach that he had observed 100 students playing the three games: cricket, shooting, and snakes and leather. Okay. In shooting, all students were given 100 chances to hit a target. So, what is happening in the first game? Every guy gets 100 chances to hit a target. In cricket, a batsman faced a maximum of 100 balls provided he did not get out. So every guy, he gets to play maximum 100 balls provided he does not get out. If you get out, you will not get to play 100 balls. But if you don't get out, you will get to play 100 balls in cricket. Every human being. Next, in snake and leather, every student could play 100 matches. So snakes and leather also 100 matches, one each with the other students when one against a computer. Fine. So three games, they have described how it's being played. In shooting, a player got 1 point for hitting the target and 0 point for missing the target. Okay. In cricket, a batsman got 1 point for hitting the ball and 0 point for missing it. In snakes and leather, a person got 1 point for winning the game and zero for losing. So everywhere +1 or minus or zero. No negative marking or zero. To the coach's utter surprise, the distribution of points across all three games was the same. So this is what is they saying? Distribution of points across all the three games was the same. It was as follows, shown on right. So basically every game, the score was exactly the same. The distribution of score was exactly the same. Meaning in all the three games, exactly one student got 0 to 9 points. Exactly 8 students in each of the three games scored between 10 and 9. Exactly 5 students in each game scored between 20 and 25, and so on. So remember, summing up. So before you look at the questions, try to recall what you have read. There were three games. Game 1 was shooting. Every human being gets 100 chances to shoot a target. Game 1. Game 2, cricket. What was game 2? Cricket. What was cricket game? Every guy gets maximum 100 times to bat, provided he does not get out. Get out. Second game. Third game was, what was it? Was snakes and leather. Every guy gets to play 100 games of snakes and leathers. And you get +1 for winning, 0 for losing or not winning. Okay. Fine. And then they have given you the distribution. Okay. So I see people marking answers. Some of you are saying C, some of you are saying E. I'm still looking at YouTube comments. Anyone with the answers? Question is, which of the following options is the best way to select the snakes and leather team? Can you tell me? Select the, so based on the table, which is the best way? Okay. Can you tell me which is the best way to select based on this table? Best way to select. Now think about it. Snakes and leather. Let me ask you a question. Snakes and leather, ask yourself. The table on the right hand side gives you a skill number. They were giving you points. But snakes and leather, is it a game of skill or is it a game of luck? Snakes and leather, is it a game of skill or a game of luck? Can I say snakes and leather is a game of luck? It's simply a game of luck. You don't need any skill to play snakes and ladder. You throw the dice, six appears, you are good. You are lucky. One appears, you are not lucky. It's a game of luck. Because it's a game of luck, obviously, you don't have to select the best guys. Do you have to select the toppers? No, not necessarily. Can you go ahead with any guy from the table? Absolutely. Why? At the end of the day, the scores don't matter. Why? It's a game of luck. So it doesn't matter. Table is not required. Coach must select all students between 80 and 99. No, you can select any student. B, 90 and 99. No. C, between 40 and 59. No. D, between 0 and 9. No. E, coach can ignore the data in the table and randomly pick any 11 players. Awesome. That's yours. Simple. It's a game of luck. So do you need a statistical distribution for that? No. कुछ वो किसी को भी select करो. Doesn't matter. Answer is option E. Are we clear on this? These are all past year XAT questions. Are we clear on this? Clear? Okay. Having known this, let's go to the second question of this case. Second question of this case. Give it a try. Give it a try. Tell me the answer once you get it. Tell me the answer once you get it. Question 5. Tell me the answer once you get it. This time you need to select the shooting team. This time you need to select the shooting team. So who should you select? Which option will be your answer? You need to select the shooting team based on the table given on the right side. Who do you select? Who do you select? Yes, I'm looking at the YouTube comments. Anyone who wants to answer that? I'm looking at the YouTube comments. Anyone who wants to answer that? Some of you are saying C. Okay. Some of you are saying E. Okay. Now ask yourself, last game, the last slide that we talked about was snakes and leather. Snakes and leather was a game of luck. Now talk about this game. Shooting. Ask yourself, is shooting a game of luck or a game of skill? Is shooting a game of luck or a game of skill? Game of luck or a game of skill? Ask yourself, is shooting a game of luck or a game of skill? What do you think? Skill. Super awesome. So if it is a game of skill, do you think it will be helpful if you pick up someone who is highly skilled at this? And how do you know if someone is skilled? Look at his points. So if you look at the table, do you want to pick up the toppers? Absolutely. Why? The toppers are the most skilled. Why? It was, remember, in shooting, every student was given 100 chances. Because every student was given 100 chances in shooting, obviously, someone who had the highest points will be the most skilled amongst all these students, and you got to pick them up for the shooting game, right? So who do you want to pick up? The toppers. Who are the toppers? 90 to 99 will be my toppers. That should be the answer. Let's check. Can E be the answer? Coach can pick randomly any 11 players. No, that you cannot randomly pick for this game. Coach should not select between 40 and 89. Should not. Okay. Why don't you select between 40 and 89? So if they are saying don't select between 40 to 89, it means you can select between 0 to 9. You can select between 10 to 19. No, this is incorrect. If you say don't select, then you should have said don't select the bottommost. But you are saying don't select between 40 to 89. That's incorrect. If you don't select between 40 to 89, you might end up selecting between 0 to 9. This is incorrect. What about C? Coach should select minimum 6 students between 40 and 49. Why? 40 and 49 have barely passed. Think about them as scores. They have barely passed. They are not the best performers. Why will you select them? So between A and B, one of them will be an answer. A. Coach should select all students between 80 to 99. Could be an answer. Good looks like an answer. B. Coach should select both students in 90 to 99 range. Good. Others can be from any of the other ranges. This is false. This is false. The part inside the box is false. The part they are saying Two students between a 90 to 99, but others select them from anywhere. Why will I select them from anywhere? I will select only the toppers. So option B is false because the second part of option B is incorrect. The correct answer is option A. Are we clear on this? As I said, this is not an RC class going on. This is a managerial decision making class for which you need to think logically. Are we clear? Yes? Fine. If you are clear on this, let's go to the third question of this case. The third question. 1 minute, all yours. 1 minute, all yours. Take a moment. We have done snakes and ladders, done. We have done shooting. The third question is on cricket. How will you pick up the cricket team? How will you pick up the cricket team? Ask yourself those silly questions that I keep asking you. You ask yourself and then you answer this question. Remember, you need to get convinced why you are marking an answer. So ask yourself some questions and then mark an answer. Do not blindly guess. Do not blindly guess. Tell me if you get the answer. Tell me if you get the answer for this. Okay. Some of you are saying option D. Okay. I see some of you marking option D. Okay. Any other answer? Any other answer? Any other answer? Some of you are saying option D. I can see that. Any other answer that you have? Some of you are saying option E. Okay. Fine. Cricket game. The game of cricket. Is it a game of skill or a game of luck? Tell me. Cricket. Remember, we have done 3 questions. First question was a game of luck. Second question, shooting, game of skill. What about cricket? Do you think it's a game of skill or a game of luck? Skill. So generally, I can say generally or always, cricket, you know what? Game of skill. Game of skill. Definitely. All of us cannot be a Sachin Tendulkar, all of us cannot be a Virat Kohli. But in this particular question, read it. What is the game of cricket? What is the rule? The rule is in cricket, okay, a batsman, can you see, faced a maximum of 100 balls provided he did not get out. So if Sachin Tendulkar goes and he gets out on the first ball, gone. I, on the contrary, might not get out on the first ball and I might end up playing 30 balls. Does it mean I'm a better player than Sachin Tendulkar? And remember, what is the points? The point system is in cricket, a batsman got 1 point for hitting the ball and 0 point for missing it. So unlike shooting, where everyone hits the target 100 times, in cricket, everyone is not playing the ball 100 times. You get to play till the time you get out. This would mean Virat Kohli might get out even in the first ball. In that case, he would end up in the 0 to 9 wala frequency in the table. He will come in the 0 to 9, the bottommost. So can I say cricket is a game of skill, but there is a big but here. What is that but? But in this question, in this case, the way the rules have been framed, it's a game of luck. Will you agree? Why? Because not everyone gets to play 100 balls. You'll get to play till the time you don't get out, and one might get out any point of time, because of which it's a game of luck. The table doesn't matter. You can select basically anyone. Question A is saying statement A, between 0 to 9. No. Between 50 to 59. No. 70 to 79. No. 80 to 99. No. Answer is none of them. Again, I did not create the questions. These are XAT past year questions. Are we clear on this? This is the level of thinking required to answer the questions in decision making. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Do you follow? Yes? Yes? Super awesome. Let's go to the next one. Next case then. Again, A past year XAT question. A past year XAT question. I'll give you 2 minutes. Give it a try. I'll give you 2 minutes. Give it a try. Past year XAT question. 2 minutes. Tell me the answer once you get it. Tell me the answer once you get it. Read the passage. Read the passage, okay? Read the passage carefully and then type your answers in the comment section. Past year XAT, easy one. You should be getting the answer this time. Once you get the answer, please type the choice in the option in the comment section. Getting it? Shall we read it together? Shall we read it together in the interest of time? Let's read it together. Let's read it together, okay? In the interest of time. Okay. Please concentrate. It's gonna be my turn now. Okay. Chalo. A pastor had eaten at a restaurant with his troop of 10 and his family. So, a huge family. Some 10 people came to eat at a restaurant. Okay, some of you are saying option D. We will check. It is a norm to tip the waiter, and about 20% of a waiter's salary comes from these tips. So, in the restaurant, the norm is to tip the waiter. Tip means you give some money to the waiter after you are done. However, while paying the bill, the pastor crossed out the automatic 18% tip charged for parties of more than 8 and wrote, I give God 10%. Why do you get 18% above his signature? Funny, right? He did not give the tip. What did he do? He instead crossed out the tip and wrote, I give God 10%, so why will I give you 18%? That's what he wrote. He never tipped the waiter. The chagrined waitress, so probably the surprised waitress, right? Someone who is surprised, that's what it looks like. The surprised waitress at the restaurant post a photo of this on the social media. Okay. She was subsequently fired for violating customers' policy on company's policy on customer privacy. So basically, what is the story now? Someone refuses to pay a tip. The waitress, she's surprised, she's angry. She puts that comment, whatever that guy writes on social media, and now what happens? She is fired. Why she is fired? Because she has violated company's policy on customer privacy. This would have been understandable if the restaurant had not posted just 2 weeks ago a customer receipt that was complimenting them. Now, the author is saying, you know what, this is justified. You are saying that customer privacy is violated. Why? Because you are uploading the bill. Probably the bill has got some customer details. You are uploading it on social media. You are violating our policy on privacy. Now, author gives you a different viewpoint. What is the viewpoint? He says, you know what the company is saying would have been correct, but for what the company themselves did 2 weeks back. What did they themselves did 2 weeks back? They themselves uploaded a bill which was praising them on social media. Social media and social activists came heavily upon the management's ambivalent decision stand. Ambivalent matlab double standard. Double standard stand and the firing of the waitress. So social media was flooded with comments. In response, the company posted a note on their social media page defending their actions. Okay. This quickly drew over 10,000 comments, mostly negative, to which the management started responding by posting the same note over and over again. There were also accusations of the company deleting negative comments and blocking users. The restaurant also experienced a sizable drop in their footfall. Sizable drop in their footfall means less people started coming to their restaurant. less people started coming. So some people stopped coming to their restaurant altogether. Right? Now I think we understand the story. Someone refuses to pay a tip. Waitress uploads that this guy did not pay the bill on social media, and then company fires her, and then there is a huge uproar on social media, and then the restaurant suffers. Question is, who is the main cause of the situation becoming unmanageable? What is the main cause? Okay, I'm looking at YouTube comments. I don't see too many answers, but we'll check which is the answer. Let Question is, what is the main cause for the situation becoming unmanageable? Okay. First one, the pastor for flouting the norm of the restaurant. Someone who is violating the norm. Remember, giving a tip is not a legal requirement. It's just out of courtesy. It's a norm. Something which is a norm, you might violate. Can the pastor be blamed for that? No. Tomorrow, you and I also have done it so many times. We don't tip the waiter. If we see the second another person tipping the waiter, I might not tip. But does it mean that I violate the norms of the restaurant? No. I am not violating the norms of the restaurant because I'm paying the bill. And tip, as you know, is voluntary. So if I'm not performing an action which is only voluntary, I cannot be accused of violating any policy. Option A is incorrect. Some of you are also saying option B. Okay. Option B, the waitress for violating the customer privacy. This looks like an answer. Looks to be an answer, but we will check. We will check. B could be an answer. We will check. Remember, it all started because the waitress uploaded that picture on social media. We will check. B could be an answer. C, the management for not taking action against the pastor. The pastor was a customer. Now think about it. The pastor was just a customer. Can the management take action against his customers? No. Plus, the guy has not even violated any rules. He has just not tipped the waiter, which is again voluntary. Option C definitely cannot be answer because a company cannot take action against its clients. C cannot be an answer. D, management for giving out disproportionate punishment to the waitress. Remember, lot of people are putting comments on social media, over 10,000 comments, lot of negative comments. So this could be an answer. I will check, we'll come back. So B and D is what I have shortlisted till now. E, management for removing negative comments. Now removing negative comments was definitely not the main cause. It was just an effect. The situation already became bad and the management was just trying to remove negative comments. That was not the reason. So E will not be an answer. Now, in the exam, you are left with two now. Many a times you'll be left with two options and you'll have to select one. Now, think about it again. Waitress for violating the customer privacy. Think about it. The author does mention that customer privacy could have been violated, but immediately he says this would have been understandable. What would have been understandable? That customer privacy is violated. This would have been understandable had not, if the restaurant had not posted just 2 weeks ago a customer receipt that was complimenting them. So basically the author himself is justifying that. He said, you know what, customer privacy would have been violated, but the company themselves did this 2 weeks back. So the author is giving you a viewpoint that customer privacy has not been violated because it gives you a reason. What is the reason? That the company themselves posted images 2 weeks back. So no customer privacy was violated because the author has disapproved that reason. B is ruled out. Answer is option D. Answer is option D. So the process of elimination is very important. Many a times you'll be left with two options. You need to eliminate one more and there has to be proper reasoning for you to eliminate answer options. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? See, this is very easy, just about you taking interest and getting a 98, 99 plus percentile in this section. Management for giving out disproportionate punishment. Disproportionate matlab more than what was necessary. More than what was necessary. Just because you posted on social media, why did you fire the waitress? Probably you could have warned her. Probably you could have told her this is not acceptable. Probably you could have gone for some lenient disciplinary action. But you know what? Disproportionate punishment means giving and taking an action more than what is required. That is the meaning of option D, and hence that's the answer. Are we clear? Yes? Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next question from the XAT paper. Okay. Number 8 on your screen. Number 8 on your screen. I'll give you 2 minutes. This is again a past year XAT paper. Past year XAT paper. From a past year XAT paper. 2 minutes, all yours. 2 minutes, all yours. Read it, and then we decided which answer is the correct one. You get the answer, you type the answer. This is again a past year XAT question. Past year XAT question. You get the answer, you type the answer. If you feel that A, B, C, D, E, among these, one of them is the best one, please type and let me know which option you have got. Getting it? Okay. In the interest of time, we will do it together. Okay. In the interest of time, we will do this together. Fine. Okay. Let's read it together. Okay. Some of you are saying option E. Okay. We'll check. We will check. We will check. Okay. Fine. Let's do it together. Vimla is the domestic help for Shreya and her neighbor Padma. Both live in a posh gated community. Vimla not only cleans the house but also cooks for both the families. Shreya treasures Vimla. So I think there are too many actors in this. There are too many actors in this. I think I need to write it down lest I forget. So you have got Shreya. You have got Shreya, right? So who are the persons? You have got Shreya, right? So let's just mark it. One moment. Okay, I'm just gonna erase this. There are too many names, and if there are too many names, I always think it's better to write down the names rather than forget them, rather than forget. So who are the people? You have got Shreya, okay, and you have got Padma, okay, and they employ a help. Both of them employ a help. Who is the help? The help's name is Vimla. The help's name is Vimla. So Vimla is like the servant out here. Fine. Okay. Let's continue this. Let's continue this. Vimla not only cleans the house but also cooks for both the families. Shreya treasures Vimla ever since she joined the family 4 years ago. Okay, so Vimla likes Shreya likes the servant. Vimla joins Padma's household this year. So the servant is new in one household and she has been working for a long time in the other household. One evening, Shreya, trying to pay the pizza delivery, was surprised to find a few 500 rupee notes missing from her purse that she was sure were there earlier. Okay, so one day the owner finds that some money is missing from her wallet. She wants to ascertain if someone has stolen the money. Okay, she wants to verify if someone has stolen. On reflecting, the following facts crossed her mind. Point number one. In the last 1 year, Shreya had noticed cash missing on 3 occasions. Point two. Shreya's husband also shared that a few notes were missing from his wallet, though he was not sure if they were stolen. Third, her eldest son had been pestering Shreya for more pocket money for the last 3 weeks. In the past few days, he had stopped doing so. Point number four. In the last 1 year, Vimla had received 6 mails from her family asking for money. Point number five, her eldest son expenditure had gone up in the last few days. Okay. So I think I've read the 5 points, and moment you have points, you can be sure that the question will be asking about them only. What is the question? Which of the following combinations of the above statements would decrease the likelihood that Vimla has stolen? So basically, question is asking which of them is telling you what? Which of them is basically telling you that Vimla is not the one who has stolen the money? Which of them is telling you that Vimla has not stolen? So basically, Vimla has not stolen. That is what you need to figure out, right? How do you know? They are saying decrease the likelihood that Vimla has stolen. It means simple English, mate, means tell me which of these statements is saying Vimla has not stolen, or probably reducing the probability that Vimla has stolen. Correct? Okay. Option 1. In the last 1 year, Shreya had noticed cash missing on 3 occasions. Now, point number 1 only strengthens what? Strengthens the likelihood that Vimla has stolen the money. Why? Because it tells you that Shreya पहले भी देखा था पैसा was missing. Shreya पहले भी देखा था, you know what? पैसा miss हो रहा था उसका wallet से. That would only increase your suspicion on the servant, right? So point number 1 definitely cannot be yours. Next, Shreya's husband also shared that a few notes were missing from his wallet, though he was not sure if they were stolen. Again, point number 2 also strengthens your suspicion, because not only you, but even your husband's money is missing, has been missing on past occasions. So point 2 also cannot be your answer, because it only strengthens your suspicion, because that money has been missing not only from my wallet, but from my husband's wallet as well. Point number 3, her eldest son had been pestering Shreya for more pocket money for the past 3 weeks. In the last few days, he has stopped doing so. Super awesome. This actually weakens the suspicion. Why? Because point number 3 is trying to give you a hint that the blame is on someone else. Remember the question. Question is, Vimla has not stolen the money. Which of these is saying that? Point number 3 is pointing out to the fact that the culprit might be her son. He has been asking money from Shreya, and strangely, for the past few days, he has stopped doing so. That could mean that he actually stole the money, and because he stole the money, he has money and is not asking any more money now. Oh, point 3 leads the suspicion to someone else and decreases the likelihood that Vimla has stolen. Point 3 definitely got to be a part of my answer. Point 4. In the last 1 year, Vimla had received 6 mails from her family asking for money. Again, point 4 strengthens your suspicion that Vimla has stolen. Why? Because it's saying that Vimla was in need of money. Her family had been asking her money, and hence it's more likely that she would have taken the money. Point 4 again increases the suspicion on Vimla. Cannot be answered. 5. Eldest son expenditure has gone up. Oh, it is bringing another culprit in the picture. Who is the culprit? The son. Why? Because his expenditure has gone up. And maybe because his expenditure has gone up, he is the one who has stolen the money from her mother's wallet. Point number 5 reduces the suspicion on Vimla, on the servant. So answer is 3 and 5. 3 and 5. Which is that option? Option. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Any doubt that you have and wish to ask? He says he was not sure if he was stolen. Then why not 2? Shreya's husband, point number 2 does not reduce the likelihood. He's not sure. Or you can think about it. Among the options, which option will you go? Let's say you want to go with point 2. Manlo, someone is having a doubt and asking, so why not point 2? Point 2 also says the guy was not sure if someone has stolen. So point 2, if you look at the options, is combined with point 4. 2 and 4. Think about it. Can 2 and 4 be your answer? You have to look at the options as well, right? मान लो एग्जाम में डाउट भी है कि can 2 be an answer? Look at the options. 2 is with 4, but 4 can never be an answer. If 4 can never be an answer, then option D also cannot be an answer. I think that's the easiest way of eliminating point 2. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? So just to mention, for those of you who want to learn more on decision making, every Tuesday, okay, and Thursday, every Tuesday and Thursday, जिसको भी और ज़्यादा सीखना है decision making, remember there are a lot of questions on decision making, and every Tuesday and Thursday, 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning, I am taking decision making class on Unacademy Plus. On Unacademy Plus. Class का link कहाँ से मिलेगा? Go to my Telegram group. You can join my Telegram group. The group is Parikshit Sir underscore cat. You can search for this group. Join this group. इस group में classes का Telegram link मिल जाएगा. अभी तक जो भी class हुआ है, let's say if you have missed something and you want to view the recordings, you can always go to this plus session. Join the Telegram group. You will get all the links there and you can watch the recordings and also join me live from the next class onwards. Tomorrow, I am going to take on YouTube. Tomorrow, okay? I'm Wednesday. I'm going to take on YouTube. Tomorrow is which date? Tomorrow, I think, is 7th, right? The 7th of uh, December, Wednesday, 5 p.m. I'm going to take Snap 2011 QA questions live on YouTube. Snap 2011 QA questions, okay? So Snap 2011 QA live on YouTube. Which date? Date is tomorrow is 7th, right? 7th December, Wednesday. 7th December, Wednesday on YouTube. So you need to make sure that if you are writing the Snap, you can join me live. I'm going to solve all questions from the Snap 2011 QA paper. Fine? Okay, that is it for this particular session. Hope you enjoyed it. I solve all questions from past year papers and I'm going to take up more sessions in the coming days. Every link will be shared in my Telegram group. So please join the Telegram group, keep following the Telegram group, and I'm going to take a lot of classes for the OMAT, SNAP, IIFT, as well as a lot of XAT sessions in the next few days. See you folks in my next session. Till then, bye from my side.